take a deep dive into the history of Milwaukee and Summerfest, there's no one better to take a lakefront stroll with than award-winning writer and historian John Gerda.
I was here for one of the very first Summerfests on the lakefront. Back then they were portable stages and it was kind of a mud pit.
But long before Summerfest...
First of all, Jason, this was underwater 24/7, and it was not until the 1870s that the first landfill took place here. And this has had just a variety of incarnations.
First is a rail yard along Milwaukee's lakefront, and then...
1920s, there was the aviation era was beginning, and this became the site of Milwaukee's first airport. In the downtown area, it was called Maitland Field, after a Milwaukeean who had made the first solo trans-Pacific flight. So he was kind of the Lindbergh of the Pacific. They called it Maitland Field, and it was never a success. They opened that back, I think, in 1927, lasted into the years after World War II. So it was right here.
And then in the mid-50s.
In 1956 is when this was taken over by the military for a Nike anti-aircraft missile site.
The fists can strike fast and high.
The purpose was if there were Soviet bombers coming over the North Pole, they would find and intercept them. So this was part of every Cub and Boy Scout and Girl Scout field trip in Milwaukee for years.
Community leaders united to help start the first Summerfest in 1968 at various sites citywide. And then everything came together right here on the lakefront for the first time in 1970.
Sly and the Family Stone were the featured act, and Sly apparently stayed backstage for about an hour. People got mad, people got ugly, there were chairs being thrown. So I recall kind of the early kind of rough days of Summerfest.
From those relatively humble beginnings, both Summerfest and Milwaukee have grown into global destinations hand in hand over the past 50 years plus. And for those who've never been here, Gerda says, don't miss it.
I will come down here at least one day every run and have forever. Certainly early on it was seeing the main stage acts ranging from Paul Simon to Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This is no longer my demographic, you know, not a millennial, but I still come down even though I'm past 70, because if you can't find something here you like, you're being way too picky. And one of the fun things to do is you're kind of in the maelstrom of people here at Summerfest, and you can always, you know, kind of just turn east and kind of chill out on the lakefront. You know, that's always been kind of, for a lot of people, just kind of sitting on the rocks and kind of looking out at the lake. And that's a great Milwaukee pastime.